Hello, hello, hello. I figured I may as well come on. We're going to just wrap up on getting set up here, which means like posting the link and getting the phone actually into the holder. So, all right, and actually I should just double check to make sure that I haven't gotten any notifications about my kiddos. Just photos. Photos are good too. All right. Reports, messages. Okay. Excellent. Okay, what am I doing? I'm getting the link for YouTube. That would actually help with all of this. Okay. Go. Share. Copy. No, pop it in here. Live stream. Is live stream like one word or two? Questions I should be asking before I do this sharing, but you know. Better than late than never, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Gotta get myself logged in on the phone. Then I gotta pull the thingamabobber, the surge bar up and put it on. Also, we're working in a completely different location than we have in the past because I'm like, I do not feel like working in the cutting studio right now. So we're out in my sewing studio, set up on the desk that I just cleared up because why wouldn't I be? I'll put the effort into clearing it off. I may as well use it, right? So, all right, just loading the phone in here. Okay, I'm going to try to creatively not get the mess in the background for like the behind me, because you know it could. There we go. You don't need to see my messy patio either. It's just some things that don't need to be on the internet. All right, and then all the cables need to come up. Make sure everything's plugged in still. Good so far. Good so far. Sweet. Turn the light on. And we should be in business. All right. So when I was walking downstairs, I totally dumped everything. Which means that we need to resort everything again. But, you know, I don't know what to tell you. If it's not this, it's something else, right? So, my goodness, it always is. Okay. Hello. Let's start the collab cam and get this in, and then see if I need to move it around. Ooh, you can see a lot. I feel like that needs to have its camera zoomed in one because it's like cords and way too much. That's just the dual. Okay, so what about the dual camera? Is that too close? Nope, that is actually perfect today. Excellent. Okay. Hello. We are here. So what delayed me a little bit today is that I needed to actually grab, or I need to bake a cake. Because the first round of birthday parties is this weekend, and then yeah, so I've had a request for a robot cake, which I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do a 2-tier cake, blah, blah, blah. But I just, Betty Crocker actually had a hacked robot cake. And basically, it's just a flat sheet cake that you cut in pieces. And then you cut down one of the pieces to make the head and then connect it with some like candy. So that is the cake we're going to have instead. So much easier than what I had in my head. Okay, that looks like it's probably a lining piece. These are definitely the thingamabobbers, and that is the Sheena. I have worked on getting a lot of these cut down over the past few days. I was actually upstairs working on these so I could hang out with Dallas and get work done. Our eldest actually ended up having pink eye or something. Who knows? I think it was pink eye. I thought it might be allergies, but I think it was pink eye with how it responded to the antibiotics. So they were home on Wednesday, which of course always throws a wrench in the plans. So I basically moved everything upstairs and worked on production stuff upstairs for the last few days. So what ended up happening when I came downstairs is I ended up actually dropping everything on the stairs and having to like gather everything up. It was a disaster. I was just like, no, of course this would happen this way. Should I just stay? It's a clear sign. Oh yeah, those aren't for this one. Those are for the mirror one. Anyway, it was a clear sign that I probably should have just stayed upstairs to Dallas and like hung out with him and cut these and then come on. But I was like, I want to come live stream though. So here we are instead. I am live streaming because I also did say that I was going to be on, and so I wanted to follow through on that as well. All right. I am just sorting everything out so that I remember what's kind of what. I know those are card pockets because of the different interfacing on the back of them, because they are the stiff interfacing, the like 809 dupe. They're a little bit more papery. They get folded down for card pockets here and soon. Yeah. Okay. So that is one benefit to having used like the different interfacing on the card pockets and the exteriors. I'm 100% ready for a nap. I'm like 9 out of 30 classes or something like that for the challenge at the study. I know it's supposed to be a challenge, but my goodness, am I tired. I am challenged. All right, why are there, are you just 2 pieces? Because that's how much I need for that purse, probably. We'll double check that in a minute. Now, of course, I also have to track down all of the, okay, there's the exterior, or the interior for that one. I need to track down all the pieces that we were going to use for stuff, of course. Blah, blah, blah. That's going to be for connectors. I was talking the other night about how I want to like maybe frame up some different OB and stuff like that. Like the pieces there, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do with this anymore, blah, 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 blah. That led me to being like, remember those acrylic keychains that you used to be able to get? And that led me to ordering some acrylic keychains off of Amazon. And that led me to this new product, which is amazing because it uses up scraps. Not an insane amount of scraps, but enough that it definitely makes it worth it. And they look fucking amazing. So there is Taco Cat. So that's a cotton linen blend, or cotton scrap. Sorry, my phone is like not broadcasting very well today, apparently. Apparently it's like mrr. And then this is like an OB scrap as well, so that like really cool mirror OB. So yeah, so that's what we're doing with like a very, oh yeah, this is my favorite one. I posted this one to the Instagram stories, my Instagram stories the other night. It's the pink with the navy. Adore it. And then it's just a plain navy back as well from the vases. So we might cut some of those as well. I don't know. We're gonna focus in on getting these cut down first, and then we'll be good. Okay, so these are light. These were gonna be pockets for the Sheena. That's right. And then I think this is also a pocket for the Sheena. I think that's for both of them. Then I think this was lining for the Heidi, maybe? I think this was lining for the Heidi, one of the Heidis. Because there's also this one here. Oh, there's a pocket for the Sheena because I wanted the dapple, because basically we're gonna... Oh, I didn't think of that when I was cutting it, but it's not on the fold. I could cut 2 pieces. I think I'm gonna end up cutting 2 pieces and then I'll stitch them up here. Okay, so I just gotta keep that in mind when I'm actually cutting them. Okay, and then there's another piece that is definitely for a Heidi because it's just nice and gray and neutral. I think that was a lining for some reason. This is definitely a pocket for the Heidi. There. Okay, so we're down to cutting out the small wristlet pieces, and then we also need to cut the lining for the large Heidi. That's why I'm saying I think those are the linings for the Heidis, because I don't remember. I know I've gone through this multiple times, but you know what? I always forget. That is a pocket for the interior of the Heidi for sure. Okay, and then what else do we have here? We have the connector pieces for the mirror and the other gusset piece for the mirror obi as well for the Sheena. And then here's the other pocket piece, or the other interior piece for the Sheena, because that's all we should have. We should have Sheenas, and we should have small, and then we should have lining for the exteriors. What is going on here? Okay, there's the exterior for this one, for the mermaid scales. I did show this to my eldest, and they were instantly like, "That's mermaid scales." I'm like, exactly. It's so pretty. There's an exterior for the small Heidi as well. Pretty sure that is the flap for the small Heidi, or the full. Yeah, so that'll be like the. Yeah, that's the back. And then this is the. So that's the back panel, and this is the front panel. No, it is not. It's not tall enough. Oh, that's because that. I'm like, what is going on? That is the front panel because, yeah, that other piece was the large one. Oh my goodness. It is, seriously, it is one of those days. I feel like a chicken running around with its head cut off. We went to go get, so we had to go get stuff for birthday cake, blah, 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 blah today. And we went to Walmart, and because it's just accessible here. And we were like, we got to pick up body wash. And we talked about this yesterday. We need to pick up body wash while we're at Walmart. And I was like, perfect, because I'm already going tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. I think this is the interior for the Heidi now. Anyway, and guess what we forgot at Walmart today? I'm just like, oh my goodness. It's one of those days. My spin teacher has a litter of kittens. She had barn cats that had kittens. And I am so tempted. The issue that I have is I love another cat because I miss the 3-cat dynamic of having Remy in the house. But I think the other cats would, like, if the kids aren't doing something, then the cats are doing something. I've talked about this, like, ad nauseum sort of thing. There's the lining for the mermaids. Because I was like, the gray will look good with the mermaid. Yeah, I talked about ad nauseum. We're not going to go into depth about how, if the kids aren't damaging themselves, it's the cats are. But I'm like still super tempted to get another cat. And but every time I've said that, they've done something. But she's got calicos, and I'm like, oh no. That actually does put me in trouble, because it's like, well, obviously I love the calico cat, so with the business logo and everything, but I'm just like, oh, I don't think I can do it. Don't think we're quite at the spot to be able to do that. Okay, so there is the Kyoto cuts, and there's the Kyoto canvas, so at least that is organized and obvious. That does not have lining cut for it yet, because this was what I was thinking is because it's a hack up of the pattern, I'm going to sew it all first, and then I will, I'm going to sew it first, and then I'm going to do the things with it. Then I'm going to cut the lining, because then we'll know like how large the lining needs to be. So basically I'll sew the panels together, and then we'll cut the lining. I think that's fair. That is a large exterior. That's pretty awesome that's so obvious. This is a large exterior. That is a large exterior. Those are like the front panels to the large exteriors. Now, I think the mermaid wallet was supposed to end up with these 2 pieces of ivory, but I don't know why we didn't do the... Oh, I see where one of the ones it's supposed to pair with. It's supposed to pair with the other, with the one that has like silver on it, I think. No, that's not right. We're not fully right. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it. Well, I will either figure it out here in the next like couple days, or it's not going to get sewn. Not terrible. True though. Okay, that is a pocket for the Sheena. These are all the pattern pieces and the notes that are not super helpful right now because I did not think to note down. Okay. The area erase marker did kind of remain, but that does look like that bottom. This is slightly curved. Then that would make sense that I would have put that there. Okay, so we're going to put it like this so that I know. I should throw a pin in the bottom there, but I don't feel like getting up for pins right now. Okay, so those are all scraps that I don't need right now, but will be useful probably for keychains. So those are scraps that are going to my friend. Those are scraps for keychains. Now, I don't know what happened the other night. I did not end up seeing the actual chat. So what I'm going to do is more than... I wonder if it showed up in multi-stream and I didn't see it, but I'll make sure that I'm actually viewing YouTube so that I can see the chat over here. So you're able to see that I see that right now, but you know, we're going to pretend. There is pockets for one of the Heidi's for the vases. Okay, so all the large are cut except for the interiors. So their interiors need to be cut. All right, well, at least that is something that is done. All the exteriors are done. Okay. And like that, the front piece to fold over. And then this is, I think, for this guy. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. And then these are all the lightweight linings and etceteras to add to the pocket pile. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Sweet. So I think the first thing we should do is we should cut down the remainder of, we should cut down the linings, I think. It's like, where should I even start? I don't know right now. I do need all of these. I need the pocket here. I need that, and I'm going to need this for the wallet cut downs as well. And then all of these are scraps. Those are scraps that I probably can't even use. Okay. And I totally went in and marked these, and now I don't know which was top and which was bottom. I guess we'll make it up when we get there. That looks like it's probably the bottom. All right. I think. Yeah, that's the bottom. Oh, yeah, that's the bottom. Okay. Sweet. So we're going to stack them like that so it's a little bit more obvious. Yeah, because it matches up with that. That's what's important. Okay. Heidi lining. Okay. So this was probably set to have the gray lining. I bet you this was set to have that blue lining. This was probably set to have the gray lining. This is for... What the hell was this for? Pocket. Sheena pocket. Okay. Ugh. I cannot tell you if this is like just mom brain or like post-COVID brain. Who knows? Probably a bad combo of the two. Okay, and then these are linings for this one. I don't know why that one ended up having linings already like set aside for it, but it did. I'll take it. That's fine. And then this is a small sheena that needs to be cut down. That's a large sheena that needs to be cut down. How is this looking? I bet you this was meant to be pocket panels for the large sheena. Or large Heidi, sorry. I am going to mix those up for the rest of the day, so just as a heads up, since they're both like swoon patterns, I think, yeah, this looks like it was intended to be pockets for that one. Okay, I'm going to say that was intended to be pockets. It would make sense because it's red, with the red in the actual Heidi panel. This is a small Heidi that still needs to be cut out. And this is a small Heidi that also needs to be cut out. Why are you... Okay, there's your lining, or your, like, next piece. The frontal piece. There we go. Okay. And then you had the gray, because I figured the gray would look really good with the... with this. Okay. So you're small. Let's just grab a small... the large clutch, that's the large clutch, those are done. This is the sheena. The sheena is quite, I'm going to put it over here because that is one of the pockets. This is the Sheena that needs to be cut down as well for the gussets. That's the connector Sheena that needs to be cut. So yeah, I'm not going to be on super long this round because I've got kiddos to pick up today and cakes to pack up before I go do that, actually. Because I do not want, like, the youngest knows that they're getting a cake. I do not want them seeing the cake because I do not want to hear about it for the next 2 days. Isn't that terrible? But I'm just like, it will be nonstop for 2 more days. But I'm just like, no, I do not want to have to deal with that, to be honest. So I want to pack it up and get it in the fridge before they see it. Come home and see it. Okay, so there is that. Actually, I wonder if I intended actually for this red here to be the lining for that rainbow piece there with the small. Let me just double check, because that would actually be a really nice lining for that, and it does fit. So did I intend this to be the lining and the other bits to be pockets? I don't really care. I think that suits better. I don't care. I do care to some extent, just not enough right now probably. I care enough to make it look good. There we go. I do not know why I have this piece. This was another pocket. This was another Sheena pocket. That's what it was. Ha! So I bet you the pink was for the teal Sheena, and that speckly was for the mirror Sheena. That's what it was. I figured it out. Wait, but this was a pocket. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, this was definitely a Sheena pocket because of that. Okay, so we're gonna pop this over here. I feel like that was a cut and intended for a Sheena pocket now, but now I'm like, oh wait, I have all the Sheena pieces here though. I don't know. Okay, this is a lining for one of the mirror pieces for the Sheena, or for the Heidi. Okay. I do remember because we had to add the lining pieces in, and these were like add-ins at the end. Okay, so I have a feeling this was for this one here, and that should be enough to line it because this is going to get cut down. Okay, and then we'll have another blue piece, I bet you, for the vases. Right, that feels right. Where did the large piece go? Okay, it's definitely large enough for the small, which I think means it's large enough for the big. Yeah, that's small enough for the big. Right? Where did it go? My goodness, you wouldn't think that I was a professional sewer. Am I a professional sewer though? I don't actually know. I couldn't tell you. Some days I feel like it. A lot of days I don't. Okay. There's all the large pieces. Which tells me that actually I can use this as the guide because, some days I do think about this. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this blue will have been cut for the vases. We're going to say it was cut for the vases, so that's one. And then we definitely cut another blue for, okay, so what are you for? Because you've got the speckle on the bottom. And I know that I did do a little bit more work to figure out where I wanted to put the speckle. And probably also linings, to be honest. 1 and 2 linings, unless you're a Sheena lining. Which it is the Sheena lining for the mirror, I bet. Yeah, I bet you that's where it's supposed to go. And then there is the outer for it there. Okay, so the mirror is getting this one. And the teal gets the teal. And if I come back to this and I'm like, oh, and then there's, okay, and then there's teal for the lining of the Heidi because, yeah, okay, there we go. So I just got to make sure which piece, because I bet you that is, the bigger ones are going to be for the Sheena, and the smaller ones are going to be for the Heidi. Yep, there we go. Okay, behave yourselves for a minute. Okay, so that one has lining for the something. What did we decide? This was for the blah blah. Both of these have linings, gray and red. Okay. This has a lining. I decided that the blue was going to be for the vases. Okay. Teal for the teal, blue for the vases. Actually, that is a better description because professional is Professional. Oh my god. Can I spell professional? So professional actually sounds way better. There we go. I'll spell it out on the actual chat because otherwise I'm going to have misspelled it. Yeah, there we go. It's a semi-professional. Long time practicer. Let's go with that one. Okay, and then I decided that these were all going to be lining for the interior pockets of most of these. That's right. Okay. This is why I don't want to do alterations. Oh, right. And then I had... Okay. Okay. That's where this one was going. Okay, so this one with the extra stuff. This one with the pattern was going to go with the florals here because I thought that was a nice kind of through line. Okay, so the ones that are have lining are going to go here. Done. Done and done because that is the lining for the vases and the teal. They're mixed up in there, but at least I know. These are the pockets. So the pockets are going to go over in the corner here. Why I'm telling you this is so that you can yell at me when I'm like, where did it go? Because you know in about 10 minutes I'm going to be like, where did it go? And you'll be like, Katie, you just stacked it right there. Woman, keep track of your shit. This is a small pocket for the, I know we're lining it in red as well, but let's just do matchy-matchy there. That is going to be the small pocket for the small Heidi, right? Yes, it can be the small pocket for the small Heidi. Sweet. Okay, then we've got gray. That doesn't look like enough. Oh, right, this already has a lining, so we don't need to worry about that. It just needs pockets. So its pockets can come out of this. Excuse me. Okay, pockets. Smack. Behave. Stay there. Okay. And then we've got this really nice speckle here. What the hell was I going to do with the speckle? Like I said, well, okay. So I kept them pretty straight when I was actually upstairs. I did a decent job. I'm not going to say perfect because that's not true either. I did a decent job of it. But then I dropped the box, or I had them on the cutting mat. And while I was carrying them all downstairs, all like, yay, I'm going to come down and stream and do these on stream, I dropped the box. I'm so annoyed. So pieces everywhere. Because they were at least stacked more or less in their, like, stacky stacks of what they were supposed to actually be. Okay, everything has lining, so I don't know why I have spare pieces right now. But I guess we'll find out in a couple minutes when we actually go to cut these down. Wait around and find out. Okay. Oh, because this actually needs... No, this one's right here. Okay. Let's get this underneath. All right, let's see if that chat actually came through to the... Yeah, so that one came through. So I'm really sorry, Andrea. I don't know what the hell happened the other night. Obviously, I responded to you on Instagram because I could track you down. But it didn't send it through to the desktop program, so I couldn't actually see your chats. And then I saw your chats afterwards. I'm like, oh, man. Oh, and now I don't have shears either. They're over on the... Okay, 1 second. That's easy to fix. Tell I'm all stiff from freaking spin and yoga and everything like that. It's good. It's a good stiff. But I just stood up and I was like, oh, that's creakier than I've been in a while. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take the actual cut from the thing. I'm going to fold this in half. And I'm totally going to cheat it. I'm going to be efficient. I'm not going to cheat it. I'm going to be efficient. I'm going to fold it on that line. This has already been folded. Or it was like the actual obi fold, so we'll make sure that's correct. And then we'll go in and we will trace it, and then I will cut it. It's probably the dumbest way to do it, but whatever. Okay. Actually, yeah, it's too slippy. Damn it. Hey, but I've got the fold line now. Okay, sweet. So we'll line it up with the fold line. And then we'll go in and cut it. Could I use the pattern pieces? 100%. But this will be more like if there's any kind of abnormalities in my cutting or anything like that, this will actually be more accurate to the actual bag I'm making. And if I can put actual in there one more time, we'll do it. Also, congrats on your ticket win. That's super exciting. So I hope you enjoy the event, Andrea. I wish I was out there in some ways, and I'm super glad that I'm not at the same time. I'm actually surprised because I just realized it'll be for May long weekend, which will be interesting. I will be at the Kimono market instead, which is also good. There we go. Okay, sweet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Anyway, so instead of running this month, I am working on getting swole elsewhere. Basically, I'm doing a bunch of my spin yoga studio has a challenge every May of doing 30 classes in 30 days, or 31 days basically of May. It is tough. I was in far better physical shape last time I did this. And also getting far more sleep, actually, is probably the bigger factor in this, is that I was still sleeping through the night, even if I didn't have a good sleep schedule. But, yeah, I'm tired already, and we still have a fair number of days to go. So I've done 9 classes so far, so I'm about a third of the way through. That's not bad. And then with the goal of going in and actually doing a half marathon at the end of the month. Now, the good news is that last time I did do this, I actually did end up getting like a PB on my 10K. So I'm excited to see what basically a full rest month almost, full rest from impact exercise month does for my time. Because obviously I'm still working out. Although Dallas did convince me to go in and do a 5K on Sunday. I'm not 100% sure why. Well, okay, he was like, I want to do it before the kids get too big to push in the stroller. And I'm like, okay, fine. As long as you take me for fluffy pancakes afterwards, let's go do this 5K. It's Mother's Day. It's exactly what I want to be doing on Mother's Day. But it looks like it's going to be good weather, so that helps significantly. Fluffy pancakes are literally across the road. They're like Japanese souffle pancakes, and I've been there with a friend, and they were delicious. So I'm like, that is a good post-run breakfast. And the kids are signed up for their first race as well, which is super cool because they got like the whole swag bag, which meant that they got like the sunglasses that we got, which is awesome. Most swag bags are like just a water bottle and your bib, or a t-shirt if you order it. I did not order the t-shirt for this one because it's ugly. Okay, it's very generic. There we go. It's not ugly. It's just generic. It's just like sport check Mother's Day run on a black t-shirt. There's no design or anything like that. Which I guess if they're like able to use it year by year, that makes sense. But I'm like, if it's dated, that's even worse. It's just very generic. Anyway. That's super awesome then. That makes that even better. I love it. It's exciting. I think it's going to be a good event. I know at least for like Vancouver, they always put on really good events. So I'm hoping well, I'm assuming Montreal has been a good event too. Obviously, I haven't been out for that one. But their organizational skills are good. So fingers crossed that everything goes smooth for everyone. Back panel. I need the pocket. Where is is the pocket cut. That's for the wristlet. There it is. Like, I know I had it right here 2 minutes ago. Okay, so now do I have enough kimono here to be able to do this like this? And it looks like I have enough. Yeah, okay. I've actually got more than enough to do it that direction. What we're going to do is, again, we're going to put that fold line in. Yeah, and hopefully it's good weather for you guys. That always helps bring people out too, which is good. Otafest weekend here this weekend. If you're in Calgary, that's the anime convention. Or if you're not in Calgary, that's the anime convention. So, okay, one and, oh, that's tight. Okay, so there is the line right there. Let's just make sure that I'm able to cut both sets of pockets out of this, even if, oh yeah, we're good. More than enough. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shimmy shake it over here, and we're just going to take this right here, and actually this cuts both pieces right off the bat. And then there's another piece there for pockets. I don't remember which one needs pockets, so we'll figure that out in a minute. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to shimmy over to the actual fold line. I'm going to turn. Then I'm going to pull this direction. There's totally like a this is an old cutting mat. It's what I was using before I got that massive cutting mat on my table. But I've been storing it because keeping backup stuff of things you've already purchased is not a bad thing as a business. But the problem is, I guess, is that the way it was stored means that it's a little bit careworn, I guess, may be the best description. So there's a big hump here that it'll eventually flatten out. But I do think that at this point I'll keep this cutting mat here because I have a feeling this is where a lot of work's going to get done over the summer, since it is facing the window and all of that, so that I can actually, I get that nice sun, indirect light for the stream and everything like that. Oh, good job freezing, phone. Okay, so these do each need 2 linings, so there is the 2 here. Okay. Okay, so those are completed bundles there. 2 there. Which means we need to cut 2 more out of this one as well for the mirror flowers. No, we're gonna wait. I thought this was gonna be red pockets for some reason. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's do the white pockets for that, and then we'll do the yeah, whatever, I'll figure it out. Can you tell I'm tired? It's just like, yeah, we will get this sorted. It'll be fine. Everything will work out. Even if I have to go, I definitely have to go and repress a couple of the wallet fronts because they definitely peeled between putting them under the steam press and getting them actually. I don't even know how they peeled up, because it's not like I was handling them, but it wasn't like I was manhandling them and being like, "Rrr." It's like, what are you guys doing? Why are you peeling up? Because all I cut for the wallets was the actual bodies of the wallets. I don't know. Who knows? Again, does it matter? Not really. Go. I'm gonna cut it down right there. That is a scrap I'm not going to be able to use. And then that was apparently a crooked cut. here. Yeah, because that's supposed to be a straight. Okay, that is supposed to be a straight across cut. I'm like, this isn't like actually like kind of swooped like the bottom. No, it looks like it's supposed to be a straight across cut. Hopefully I'm doing it right. If not, we're gonna have square pockets when they're supposed to be a little bit rounded. But oh well. Rectangular pockets, I guess. So this basically takes up the whole back of the Heidi fold over clutch or wristlet. And I will have 2 of the smaller size, and well, hopefully I have 2 of the smaller size. No promises right now, given how everything's going, but the idea is that I'll have that. Now, Dallas is home on vacation right now. I do have a show on the 19th, so obviously that is what I'm prepping for right now. But then after that, I am going to take the week off so that we just can like chill. And if I don't do that, then we're both going to go nuts. So that is the current plan, is that I'm going to do all this prep, and then I will not be on to stream at least for that week. Obviously I'll still be on other social media. You're more than welcome to come like check me out on Instagram and all of that. But yeah, I won't be in person until he is back at work. Because vacation. Because even though technically we did take vacation at Disney in January, it was the run, which still isn't my idea of an ideal vacation. I love running. And Run Disney, if you ever get a chance, if you're a runner, or even if you're not, go walk the 5K or whatever. As long as you can like get through 5K in 3 hours, you're good. But it is such a good event. If you have an opportunity or inclination to do it, it is, and you're like, I get it. It is expensive. I'm not going to deny that either. But it is well worth the experience. Besides the fact of being at Disney. Okay, now that looks like it is too small to be a wristlet. Never mind. That is big enough to be bookmarks, though, which is exciting. So that's what we'll do with that one. Oh, that's not a straight cut. So let's cut the other side, and then we'll do the curved cuts afterwards. There we go. Go down here. That same texture of like super big. Ooh, so I was doing, okay, I'm gonna go back into the cat problems of figuring out if I can go to Japan in November or not. Definitely heavily leaning towards it should be able to happen, but obviously haven't booked anything. I can't book the hotel I'm looking at anyway until November, or not, August. It's like 3 months in advance, so I think they open up like August 1st. And what I'll do then is I will book the hotel, with cancellation, so that if I don't go, whatever. But they'll open August 1st, and realistically, the ones that will make or break the system are Knit City and Omatsuri. If I get accepted into Omatsuri, that is still very much up in the air, because they changed a bunch of stuff this year, fairly enough, but I need like special permission to be able to go, basically, because I wouldn't be able to do their night market, because toddlers. And just, yeah. Okay, so that looks like that is, anyway, where was I going with that? I was seeing someone was mentioning that they shipped back, because everyone always asks, like, is it actually cheaper to, like, ship is it cheaper to bring the fabric back in your luggage or ship it? And actually, I saw someone talking about shipping just shipping anything the other day. It was like 13 kilos, and I think they said 8,000 yen. So it works out to about $80-ish. Actually, that works out in your favor right now, because the exchange rate on the yen right now is insane. Like 15% in my favor right now, basically, to the Canadian dollar, which is also very weak right now. I think I saw that the US dollar, it was up to like 160 yen per US dollar, which is like, holy, that is insane. Anyway, insanely good exchange rate right now, which is also another incentive to be like, okay, let's get over there and get some stuff. Besides the point. But they were shipping 13 kilo boxes, or about 30 pounds ish, for 8,000 yen. And it's like, okay, so and that was by surface mail. So that means that it's going to take like 4 months, 3 to 4 months to get to you, sort of thing, which is a long time, especially in production time. Not like I would be using it much before that point, but besides the point, the suitcase, if I pay for an overweight bag, is 75 pounds. So is that like 30 kilos for what would be equivalent to about 24,000 yen. So I guess it's a little bit more expensive than shipping it, but I also have it with me right away. Also don't end up running into then the whole customs debate of like, well, do you have unaccompanied goods with you, or like outside of your stuff or anything like that. So I just realized that might actually be, I don't know. $80 to ship a box, a 13 kilo box, is a really good deal. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to worry about the weight, especially given that like the obi and kimono are so heavy, and I'll deal with it. Right? Like realistically, that's all I can do. Hope for the best. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I don't want to cut all of those down right away because this might also be becoming smaller pockets. I would say that I'm not normally this disorganized, but I don't think that's true, actually. I feel like this is pretty standard for the course. So if this is driving you nuts, just so you know, it doesn't get much better, typically. Okay, there we go. By the way, we have totally hit summer, at least for the last couple days. It's like plus 20 yesterday. And then I think it's supposed to be plus 21, 22 today. So I'm like, yes, please. And for the run day, so Sunday, I think it's supposed to get to like plus 23. But hopefully after we're off the course. 5K shouldn't take me very long. Like at my slowest, it should take me 45 minutes. And that's a training pace, not a race pace. I'm hoping for 35. If I could break 35, that would be amazing. But that would put me down in the range of like pre-babies. So I'm like, you know what? Anything sub 40 will be amazing. Well, sub 39, I think. Because I think 39 and some change was like my second best time ever. So hopefully somewhere under that. But anyway, yeah, here's hoping that it's like a little bit cooler that morning because I don't want to run in the heat. Little cat problem, but you know, cat problem. Okay. Those are wallets. I think, is this not wide enough for the actual, like, I'm asking you guys like you know, but I feel like this isn't, no, it's totally wide enough for the thing. So why didn't the mermaid wallet get the textured interior? I don't get it. And it means that's something that I need to rectify and change. Because I've got two pieces of like ivory here, but I don't want the ivory on the exterior. Then if I can have the texture on the exterior. I don't know what happened there. There's some sort of miscommunication between my brain and my body, apparently. You're like, that sounds like a pretty normal occurrence for you, Katie. And yeah, it is. Okay. Let's cut down the mermaid one here for the interiors for the small wristlets now. And then we'll go in and we'll do the Sheenas. And then And then there's still more to do, actually. There's a couple more things I need to do. I need to re-adhere the, well, these haven't even had their exteriors cut down. I need to re-adhere the thing to the thing. One of the wristlets. Oh my god, the wallets. The other W one. This is back panel B. The decision with this was that I wanted to make it look more or less like mermaid scales. So what I need to do is I need to cut. That's the pocket panel. That is back panel B. So back panel B needs to be cut this way, because then they'll run down this way. Back panel A needs to be cut this way, because that's the one that's going to fold over on the front. Yes, that makes sense. I think. That makes as much sense as I'm ever going to make. So let's go for it. Okay. I am going to cut down straight first, and then we're going to just work with the smaller pieces to actually, okay, so what I don't even need this. I can just, there's straight lines, or fairly straight lines right here. Because then what I can do is I can fold it in half, and that's going to make it easier to cut down as well. So we're going to do it like this. And then we're going to fold it down like this. And in case you missed it at the beginning, I was chatting about the fact that I should like frame some of the smaller pieces of, get the fold side right, Katie. I was talking about how I should frame some of the pieces of like obi and leftovers and stuff like that. I was just like, I don't know what to do with this anymore. And like analysis paralysis. Right? And so what that led to is I was like, oh, do you remember the old keychains? The old like acrylic keychains that you could pop photos into and stuff like that? I think you do. Taco cat. So they're flippin' adorable. They're only going to take apart, they're only going to solve a very small portion of my fabric issue or my scrap issues, but it is still a small portion of them. This is one of my favorites because it's like, I really like this obi. But they're just going to be a nice little like grab item at the till basically. And because of the kimono event, I don't have a lot of space, so I don't want to fill it all with like more expensive items. Obviously, these guys, because it's a lot of fussy cutting to get them down to the size that they are, and like into production basically. Granted, these will be fairly quick to sew once the prep work is done, but like it's the prep work that takes the time, just like anything else pretty much. They're going to be fairly high cost items overall, but the little keychain pieces do not have to be, right? They're super gorgeous too, so I'm just like, I'm so pleased with how they came out. So I'll do some more of those later on too, before the actual event, because they're glorious. They feel very much like something I would buy, like that would be bought in Japan as a souvenir. That's the only thing where I'm like, but that's okay. The mostly being because I would prefer that if people could get to Japan, they buy it from like them. But at the same time, they're probably not made by local artisans either. So yeah, but anyway, they turned out very, very well. I'm very pleased with it. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so there's the mermaid bag ready. At least that'll be easy to tell which. I fucked it up. Okay, I know how to fix it. Basically, I put the fold on the wrong side, so the curve is wrong on the bottom, which makes it very obvious. What I was going to say is that I would be able to tell this very easily apart because the scales point down there. And what I'm going to have to do is just, I got to remember that this needs an itty bitty less seam allowance, because I hope it's a fairly generous seam allowance when I actually go in to sew it. Pretty sure it is, so either at top or bottom, mostly at the bottom. Okay. Apparently this is a little bit crooked as well. Don't do it again, Katie. Like how I left the stream the other day because I was like, well, I'm tired. I don't want to make any mistakes. And now I'm like on stream just as tired and making mistakes. Oh, it just doesn't stop. The chaos is continuous. It's not that much of a seam allowance. It's like a 1/4 inch. So, well, that is sometimes a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's like a fairly generous. It's a lot more generous seam allowance than that. So I'll just remember. And if I don't, well, it's going to be just a tick smaller than the other ones. But there is the front and the back. So basically this is how it will look when it's open. And then this will be what it looks like when it's closed. And then it's going to have this panel underneath. And running underneath the flap as well. So that's what it'll look like more or less. It's going to be very pretty. Alright, so this is the exterior panel for the front flap, and then we can cut the lining pieces from this one. I learned my lesson with the fold, hopefully. There we go. There's a nice scrap for the keychains, and actually, if I'd been smarter, I would have measured that and made sure that that was actually a... Oh, damn it. Oh well. I could have made sure that that was lining for a bookmark. But alright, we missed that opportunity. That's okay, I don't think there's enough there to actually add on to make it a bookmark anyway. Okay. It is going to be a nice amount to put on for like a backing to these keychains though. 330, alrighty. Yeah, so there's the interior of this piece then. And then actually, well, I don't know why I'm doing that because I need that. And now we're going to cut the actual interior pieces of this. So they're going to be the... Why does that look wrong? This curve is right. That's where the fold is supposed to be, and it's still kind of swooping up. What is going on? Looks like a fishtail. Maybe I sheared it off when I was cutting it or something like that. Totally possible. Okay, well, I guess we're... Yeah, like there's like an actual like very pronounced curve here. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it's the pattern. But that's weird. Oh well, they match. We're just sew it. It all matches. Whatever. Ah. All right, if I am smart here, maybe we can, yeah, we can definitely get some bookmarks out of this cut though, at least. So let's turn this. Nope, much better this way. What is going on? It's supposed to be like a nice, I must have nicked it in cutting. That's going to annoy me. So let's see here. Okay, I see what happened. I just didn't cut it close enough, it looks like. So let's actually fold this back up again and see if I can rectify that issue. See, so that's supposed to be like that. And then this goes with the fold. This is like the exterior. It's all good. This top bit is fine. Let's throw the scissors on here. Okay, it looks like what I did is I just didn't. User error. It's definitely not pattern error. It's definitely user error. I just couldn't tell where. But it looks like I just didn't cut it close enough here. It doesn't need a peach booty. And that's what it was leaning towards. It's ridiculous because it was only like, it was barely off. Yeah, that's better. Okay, there we go. Okay. Some days, I tell ya. Okay, line those up. Shimmy shack over here, and then let's see. I think that is more than enough for a couple bookmarks. Yes, it is. Sweet. We'll use this then to trim it up on the side here. And then I'm going to just cut it across. That is far too generous, even for a generous cut for this. And we're trying to cut it down. There we go. Okay, and then this. Good. That can pair up with this one here so that we get a nice bookmark set there. It's up there for some reason. I don't know why, but it can live there. That's fine. Okay, good. Then we're going to trim down here along this side. Turn it this way. And we're going to trim it up, and on that, it's such a slight curve at the bottom. It's like barely noticeable. There we go. Okay. All right, so there's the mermaid scales one done. Now, where was I putting finished products? Over here. Oh. It needs a pocket. It needs pockets, right? No. I was like, let's trim down the other one first, but no, let's do the pockets. I'll just do pockets for both of them right away, and then I don't need to worry about it. How are you? Is this going to create less waste, or is the other direction going to create less waste? You don't fit this way, so I bet you it's going to be the other way. Hopefully it fits this way. And then this can also be some extra lining for OB bookmarks or Kimono bookmarks too. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get this on. Pop it on here for fold. Go. Nice zip here, and then we're going to go up and in here. Okay, this is only going to be one. That's right, because we need two pieces for each. Okay, so this will just be for the mermaid one then. Yeah, the red is there for aligning for the, or for pockets for this next rainbow one anyway, so we're good. Still some nice leftovers though for those other things, bookmarks. That is definitely not lined up with the fold. Oh my goodness gracious, okay. Alright. And then we'll turn this, and we're going to just line up the folds here, and then at least their widths are going to be comparable or matching. They should be matching, but if nothing else, they'll be similar. Just make sure these fold edges are actually trapped here. By the way, thank you so much if you've gone in and watched that Daruma short, especially on YouTube. It has reached over 10,000 views, which is utterly insane to me. It's so cool, especially for something that feels very random. like go viral or semi-viral. I don't know if I would. Does that count as viral? I'm counting it as viral for me. I don't have a lot of videos that hit that number of views. I think I'd hit that maybe once on Instagram with the reel that was like me doing the branding on the leather, but definitely not on YouTube. The closest that has been like 7,600 or something. So thank you. I was like, ooh, this is super cool. I posted it and it didn't do much, and then suddenly it just like blew up. It's like, yeah, super cool. So if you're a new subscriber and you're like, what is this all about? Welcome. We make project bags and accessories, and now wallets and purses from Japanese fabrics. Mostly work in cotton and cotton linen blends for knitters and crocheters and fiber artists of all types. And these wallets and handbags are kind of the passion project within the passion project. The project bags mostly pay my bills, or some of them. Or at least they pay the business bills. There we go. That's the best description, because Dallas definitely pays the house bills. But yeah, this is like the passion project within the business. But they're a lot of fun too. So I'm excited to bring a few more into the world, because I think that what I produced in the past was obviously of a quality that I was happy with. But like there's been a lot of learning curve even in the last few months. So I think these are going to be even better for it. I hope. They better be. Like, after everything else that we've gone through this for trying to get stuff into production, I hope that these are not the things that kind of fail. Totally have jinxed myself now. Alright. So, that is going to be the front panel. Yeah, there's the front panel. Here is the back panel. And the back panel, we want it to do a... This could be the back, and this could be the flap. Or the flap. Ooh, that might look really good. And then I think have this as like the base. Have the little bit more plain right along the zipper. Or have the red and yellow as the zip. And then this will be the underbit. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do it this direction, because otherwise it's gonna look like I just messed it up and like didn't cut it correctly for the red to line up. Because what happens is like both these pieces get cut, and then they get sewn together around a zipper. So let's mitigate any kind of like oddity by, yeah, I think that works. And try not to fall asleep in the meantime. Apparently I should have had more coffee before I came downstairs. I've had so much coffee today though, I think I just need to sleep. Go. I'm going to trim this down so that I have a more accurate fold line, because the obi this is obi, is very straight, because that's how it was produced, and that is how I can kind of sheet it to make it look, or make it easier to cut, basically. I'm going to do it with this piece as well, because that's the one that we're going to need to do next. So what I've done is I've if you haven't seen the previous streams, what I've done through and did is I did a tour of this a few days ago. I think I am going to actually repost that as a proper like front page video. It is still under the live, but basically we did a closet tour of what I had available, and like some of them I am sorting out to probably sell on. A lot of them are only useful for craft projects, or like small sections of it are like home decor worthy or something like that. They're not. Yeah, most of them I've opened up as part of it, so they are set on the path of being a craft project, basically. Not all of them, but like my tastes have changed, or I've like figured out what I can actually use for different patterns. Some of them are go big or go home. Some of them are more demure, but overall, I've just figured out what kind of needs to be, like what I'm looking for when I'm actually purchasing obi. And when I first started, it's a guessing game. It still is a guessing game, but obviously, like my interests have also changed in the last 8 years. Because originally I was purchasing obi to actually do project bags from. That was not a venture that went very far, because people found that there's a lot of hesitance about using the obi for project bags, and that's fine. But a lot of people saying like they were too fancy to use for that. So that's why they're now becoming like handbags. If there is an obi that you saw that you would like a project bag out of, though, please let me know, and I will happily work something out for you. I do have a few that I had previously cut for project bags that haven't been finished. They're in the whip bin to get finished probably, maybe for next week, and if not, they'll be finished for June is what I'm hoping right now. If I get my button gear, we can have them done for June is what I figure. So that's a big if though right now. So right now I really want to capture this blue, because that blue is spectacular. So I think we're going to justify the cut more this direction. Do that on the fold. I could stitch it together, but it would look weird. But if I fold it correctly, then we can get a good chunk of that in there. Because like the blue mixed with the red is very pretty, and we've got a lot of red on here already. And then the rest of this would be very red as well. Okay. What if I scoot it in past the seam allowance that they used on the obi? That actually looks really good. Okay. I'm going to fold it here. Just looking at it again, it's like, oh yeah, no, I want that in this then too. I don't fussy cut a lot, but when I do, it is for like the obi and stuff, just so that they can also shine, or they're going to shine to what I think is their best advantage. There we go. Obviously, opinions will differ, but sometimes I make rules and stick to them. One of those rules is I'm the maker. And that is also why I end up with like analysis paralysis of like, I don't know what to pair together. Whee! Now these little ones are intended to be wristlets instead of just a clutch. The larger ones are intended to be a clutch. With these smaller ones, I am going to set it up so that it does have a wristlet, probably made from very thin leather, like thin strap width, probably about a 1/2 inch leather piece. Mostly because I think that's going to be the most useful for them. I am debating if I'm going to do the same for the large or not. All right, now the other question is, what goes to the top here and what goes to the bottom? I think this should be the bottom, because that's what this would be. Ooh, that blends in a lot. So let's make that the bottom then. Yeah. Is that too blendy? I think it's too blendy. I think it might need a different cut. Or do I just scoot it over? Because just realistically, there's not going to be that much showing. So if you did this, and then you laid this here, because that's where it's going to end up, because this is lining pieces, and then you fold it over to match the snaps. Actually, more is going to show on the small wristlet than the large wristlet. So that is where it would end up approximately, because of course this is pre-seam allowances. Okay, that looks okay, but this will be the bottom then. Okay, sweet. And we're going to just fold this. We are going to do it to the fold line on this one. I'm not going to super fussy cut it that direction or that way, and then up. Okay, and then the next big thing we need to do is the chinas, and then the really big fiddly work is getting the card pockets for the NCWs cut first off, and then also folded. And I'm going to need clips for that. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to get to that today. I don't know if I've got the brain power to go to that today. That is the bigger question. It's like, do I have the mental fortitude to fold card pockets today? Probably. If I actually put my mind to it, I could. Maybe. I think Dal said that I should come back down and stream tonight as well. He'll take bedtime, so that will be on the agenda today as well. I am going to have a coffee with dinner, just because this is like unpleasant. There. All right. So there is the exterior as well. So yeah, so that's going to fold over and fold to about there. And then this will be the flap that you'll actually see. But then when you open it up, that'll be the flap that gets seen underneath. So that'll be really pretty. Hopefully you can actually see that on the stream somewhat decently. And then we need to cut two into two linings from this. Now, did I cut it in such a way that it's supposed to be this way? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to fold it like that, and then we're going to crease here, and then we're going to fold it in the middle. And we're going to pull it up here, and we're going to fold it right there. Then I don't know why we're doing this, because we already got this cut out, so I don't need to do this. This is basically the lining. And if I'm smart and cut it this way, we'll have bookmarks. Just make sure that, yeah, okay, cool. And then, don't even really need the ruler. Could have used some pattern weights, but whatever. We're in Alberta. It's the wild, wild west. Tell I need to change my blade here soon because it is struggling even on the self-healing mat, which is technically softer than the mat that I normally am cutting on. So, eek. All right, now that looks like it'll be a couple of those little keychain pieces. I'll just trim off the edges here that are going to serve no one except my friend who stuffs her amigurumi with kimono scraps, which is actually, when I think about it, absolutely spectacularly hilarious. Okay, and then there we go, and then we'll cut across the bottom. Whee! And we're ready. Those are going to my friend. Those are totally keychain pieces. Excellent. And then this can be as well. That is something else. Doom. I think the teal is good. That is definitely good. Those are just random scraps. I don't know what we're going to do with them. They're just like the white These are like large enough to actually piece together for something. So I think, well, we'll pack rack them around for a little bit and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with them. Okay, there is, so that is the pockets, the interiors and exteriors of that one. Sweet, that was not as painful as it could have been. It sounded very robotic, but it's true. Okay. Sweet, so those are all the Heidi's ready to roll. Autobots, transform. Okay. I do have caffeinated pop here at least. So let's have that and then we'll go into the Sheena cuts. Oops. Sorry, apparently I leaned right on the wire. And the mic was like, I am out of here, woman. Okay, there we go. All right. There are 2 Sheenas. Only 2. Because they take up a lot of fabric. I'm excited to actually experiment with these with some cotton and cotton linen blends later this year. But since I was like on a roll with the Blah-de-Blahs, Obi and Kimono, that's what we're working with today and the next couple days as well. Okay, so here is the Sheena from the Mirror Floral. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half this direction. One side of this Sheena will end up with a lot of pattern. So here. And one side is going to end up with less, which kind of makes sense because you're going to end up with a front and back of body bag, basically. Like a section of it's always going to be against your body. So really not a big deal. Now these are extremely tight for actual cutting. Like to the point where that is right at the very bottom. Excuse me. So what I need is I need my, oh, there's my water bottle. That would also be helpful. I need my area erasing marker, and what we're going to do, yeah, stop slipping. You were placed perfectly. Okay. And then we're going to put that right on that edge, because I'm pretty sure this is also cut fairly tight based on what I remember, which is obviously not much. Yeah, so that goes right up to that edge, and then we come swoop down, and then what I'm going to do is, because this is on a fold, I'm going to basically draw the line that we're using as the fold. I'm going to flip this, reverse it, and I will draw the other side of this bag. Again, is there better ways to do this? Probably. Am I a professional? Some days. Right now it doesn't feel like very often. Semi-professional. Oh, okay. It's like, what is like sparkling on my face? I don't know if you can actually see that on the screen. A little bit, it's like reflecting off my glasses, but my neighbors have like a greenhouse in their backyard. And the plastic is waving in the wind and reflecting. Trying to blind me, apparently. Okay, so there's the line up there, and there is the line up there. Except that doesn't quite work, because now that side of it is mad and way too high. That should work. It should just mirror it. Alright, so then the other option is I just cut this in half and then I cut it on the fold. That is the more sane option then, apparently. Alrighty, let's do this. There we go. Trim, trim, trim. There we go. So that'll be the back side of it. Still going to be a super cool cut. And then this will be the other side of it. Side 1 and side 2. Just like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Okay, so there is the fold. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure that that is straight across the bottom, even if it's not completely straight across the top. Apparently part of the issue may be this. There we go. Okay, so let's double check this, because apparently I did not get that aligned correctly, because it will actually affect the connector piece. It won't be slanted. Right. Okay, I knew this was tight, but I didn't realize it was like a 1/2 inch too short on this side, which, like, okay, I can make it up. Just means that the connector is going to go in a little bit wonky probably. Is there enough there that I can fold it up and then go re-adhere it after we've cut it? And yes, there is. We win today. Again. Okay. So it's not like it's adhered down on the back of the OB right now. Anyway, so let's cheat this because it's going to be in the seam allowance. You're not going to see it anyway. And then we'll fold it all up. And there is that extra little bit of fabric. Okay. Now, we are aligned. We are aligned. Okay. I need the scissors here as a weight, and I need the rotary cutter up here as the weight to hold that open and just out of my finger way while I actually draw this out. Zoom. There we go. And then I can just do a... I'm just going to count that as the actual corner then. It is still not exact, but it is definitely better. And at least this is all lined up on the fold now versus what it was before. All right. Close as we're going to get. So let's just go for this. I'm going to use my scissors because that just makes more sense with the curves. Oh my goodness. Maybe this OB is cranky about getting cut. It's like just, it's a really thick with all the like weaving of those colors and everything like that. So that's part of it. It's just, yeah. Okay. Now, stay folded out, please. Come on. Cranky, cranky pants. Okay. Hope to heck that I still have this on the fold because it did shift a little bit while I was cutting it. Close-ish. Close enough, we can work with it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the rotary cutter this time and cut it down. And if you're like, Katie, why did you do that before? I know. I don't know why I didn't either. But here we are. I've learned the error of my ways, kind of, maybe. There we go. All right. And then we're going to open this up again. It's like, I don't want to stay open. What are you talking about? Okay. All right. There is the one side of it. After a fight for our lives, apparently. Not actually a fight for our lives. That is insensitive hyperbole right now. Okay. What we're going to do is, because it is kind of a mess, or it is a little bit MacGyvered, I guess might be the better description, we are going to use this as the actual cutting template for the other side. We're not going to fold it in half because it is giving me all sorts of grief for folding it in half. And we'll just do it this way. Okay. One there. One here. I'm going to throw the water bottle there because in my head that makes sense. It is 100% in the way, but so are the shears. So whatever, we'll just move it around as we need to. Okay, there's the edge. There's the edge. Down and around. Whee! And up and around. You're totally right on the edge on the bottom as well. Yay! There. Okay. Good enough. Yeah, okay, I'm like, what am I doing? I can use that, but I can use the rotary cutter. Yeah, I can totally use the rotary cutter. I think it'll be more accurate, maybe. Hey, Flim Flan, how are you? Yeah, I know. I've been offending you by washing your head, haven't I? Hello. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. You are a cat. I've noticed. You are very fluffy. Your mat is on the floor so that you can't, not in my way. And I don't cut you with the rotary cutter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You need to be here earlier so that you could quality control inspect everything, not just select items. This is Flynn. He's a Norwegian forest cat, who are the granddaddies of the Maine Coon. He's our very special boy, and he typically does not have the brain cell. The running joke on the internet being that orange cats share one brain cell, and honestly, there's some truth in this. He is super smart when he has the brain cell. Okay. So there is the two exterior. Okay, you can't walk on the laptop because you have turned the stream off in the past. Goodbye. Get out of here. All right, he did do something there. Done. All right, exterior is done. Now we're going to do the gusset. And there's 1, 2. There should be 4 pieces of gusset. I know that I saw 4 pieces of gusset. Should probably do the interior cuts, but whatever. We'll do the gusset first. Okay. Mostly because it's easy and it gives my brain a break for a second. And then we'll do the interiors, and then we'll go to all the other cuts. What other cuts? I don't know. We'll figure it out in a minute. Okay, so these were very sloppy, rough cuts. So what we're going to do now is actually, it looks like I lined up pretty good on this side at least. And we're just going to use the shears, and I'm going to go in with the rotary cutter. Just trim it out here so that we're good to go, hopefully. The more prep work I do, the easier these are to sew, right? I just want to go sew. I want to get these done, but they are nowhere near ready to be like sewn either. So the more prep work I do, the easier these are to sew, and the better they'll turn out. Higher quality. Even for a little bit of fudging. We are working in I'm working in very tight parameters, like I said, for the actual cuts. So it's that's okay. A little bit of fudging is not going to really hurt anything. I hope. I guess we'll find out when I actually go to sew it. What happened there? No. Okay, I see what happened. It's okay. That can be fixed. Apparently I missed a little bit of a shave off right there. Okay. Sweet. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm not missing any of the chat here. Sorry. Okay, yeah, we're good. If you do have any questions while I'm doing this process, please feel free to throw them in the chat. I do tend to just monologue on because, well, apparently it's working. And I'm happy to do it. But I'm also happy to have any direction you would like to do with the actual monologuing, because obviously it's not a live, well, it's like semi-live chat, typed chat with live interaction. I don't know what you would call it. It's something. I go absolutely silent while I cut that. Okay. Move these all the way because then I can just do a nice long cut along here. So one good thing is that I did chat with my friend, and she should be around. Well, okay. The one friend that was an exchange student while I was an exchange student should be home if I go in November, which is awesome. Really good to see her because it's been a while. And I was like, and if like I don't end up coming in November, can I still put an order in with Natsumi, who is the woman who makes all the cat charms for us, for me, and like we do the whole money shuffle, because honestly that's been super helpful in the past, but it's also an absolute pain in the ass to do. So it's like, are you down for this? If you're not, that's totally fine. It's just I want to give Natsumi enough time to like actually make enough for us to be stocked for the next year or two. So it's going to be a large order. I've got some new products on dock with her that are going to be so cool. I'm super excited to share them. Obviously, I'm not going to until I actually get them in hand, but so worth the wait. I know that's a total tease, but they will be worth the wait. Yes, interactions are in a semi-real time. Yeah, exactly. The interactions are real time with lag. Because the other part of it is I got to actually look up from my not cutting my fingers off to respond. I don't know what that chuckle was, but apparently that was the chuckle of the time. All right. My eldest has a very good evil chuckle. It is absolutely amazing to hear. Okay, these are getting a little bit too thick, so I am going to do the last cut down here with the gusset piece again. All right, so we've got all the gusset pieces. Oh, I need to look at what we actually need for like other cuts, because I'm pretty sure there's zipper tabs involved with this one too. Okay, I'm gonna shimmy this up a little bit because there's a little bit of fray down at the bottom here. Cat, it's actually my desk. I know you think it's yours because it's cleaned off, but you can't go this direction. Please don't. Off you go. I'm gonna have to close the windows soon so that the sun doesn't get fully in the basement, so that'll help with him. I love him, but my goodness, he can be a pest. Especially because it's like, I don't want to slice off your toes or something else, because you know he would totally step under the rotary cutter just as I was like trimming something, because that is totally a cat problem, like a cat thing to do. And then it would not be a cat problem, that would be a major problem. Speaking of major problems, this is not a cat problem. Went to buy clothes for kiddos today. We have a boy and a girl. And it was Walmart. Again, whatever. We don't have a lot of options in town, and I did not want to drive into the city for clothing. But then, like, this morning it's gotten warm enough, we need to figure out how to get shorts for them. So went and got shorts from Walmart. Whatever. But I'm looking at the girls' shorts, and it was like the 2 for $10 that they had available for the girls were like hot shorts and practically sheer. And then it was like I went around, and the boys' shorts, which were 5 for $10, same price, were like not a French terry, but like basically a French terry without the pile. And I'm like, I've known that people have been talking that this is an issue, just in general with girls' clothes. But I'm like, they are the same price. Why are the girls' ones sheer? I'm so pissed off. It was like, I was like, and I was talking to Dallas afterwards, this is not a cat problem. This is like an actual problem. Like, that is an issue. That is absolutely disgusting. Because okay, so, and again, though, it would also be another thing that, like, if they were charging less for them, I could understand, less fabric, blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, fine. I still don't agree, but I would have less issue with it. But it was the fact that they were, like, the same price for the same kind of, like, item of clothing, and the fabric was, like, no. I was just like, no, that is not cool. So I did not buy those ones. I bought the more expensive ones, and then I also bought an extra set of the boys' shorts, so that, because they're basically the gender neutral colors. Like, who cares? They're like 3 and 4. Typically, I do buy a lot of our clothing secondhand. I have not run into the problem before, but I am disgusted. I'm like, no, that is not cool. So I did find a super cute little skirt, though. What else? Skirt and like a couple other things that will do for now. It's gonna be kind of like the bridge to us actually me finding secondhand clothing on Marketplace or Kijiji or something like that. The top up. Because it was just like, oh crap, we're too hot and you have 0 shorts and only short-alls. Which are not, like, they're a pain in the butt at home, but that would be even worse at school, to be honest. So it's just like, we're not going to submit your teachers to that. But yeah, it was just like, oh my god. They're toddlers. Why would they, like, yeah. Ugh, gross. What I should do, actually, for shorts would be fucking easy to sew. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe we will, because I'm taking the week off. Maybe I cut and sew some shorts. Now, I did get some enough that it was like I said, I could do a gap too. Because like sewing clothing is not cheap, but it would definitely not be sheer. And I have the serger, so I could even do it with like knits and a little bit of stretchy fabric, which would be more comfortable. I could do some more skirts and stuff like that because she would absolutely adore skirts. Okay, that's something to think about. Actually, I'll chat to Dallas about that, or like some fabric for dresses and things like that, because she also needs some more summer dresses. Like, it's one thing with like the gymnastics gear for her and stuff like that. That is intentionally athletic, so that for movement and things like that, I'm fine with that. There are certain times and places, bathing suits, still creepy sometimes, but like it's a time and place sort of thing. Although actually she's got like a long sleeve top and everything, because then I don't have to put as much sunscreen on. Although then that's the other piss off. It was like when I went to buy them new swimsuits last year, because they grew out of their previous swimsuits, because they're just kids, they constantly are growing. The boys that had the long sleeve shirts had shorts. The girls that had long sleeve shorts had like bikini bottoms, and I'm like, A, I have to put on way more sunscreen. That was the first piss off. And then B, why can't they have shorts? And like finding like girls bathing suits, because here's the thing, I want them nice and bright. There's that whole thing of like, don't buy them certain colors because they'll blend in. And so everything that had like a long sleeve shirt and shorts were blending colors to the pool bottom. Not that they're they're within reach, but it's not worth the risk, because they're liking to jump into the pool now and stuff, and I want to encourage that, because for the longest time they wouldn't. But yeah, it was like the little boy suits. And the thing is that our little girl is a girl, and she wants pink. So it's just like, oh my god. Just make the suit with shorts. Or at least have short options available. No. A very reasonable request. Not made. But I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking it. Absolutely denied. It's just like, Anyway, there is our 2 external pieces and our 4 gusset pieces. So I guess we're lining it. Yeah, we're lining it with Obi. And then the pocket, I guess, is blue for this one then. Okay, so we're going to need the gusset piece to cut for the teal one. The connector pieces will have to come out of there too. And then what else needed to be cut for this? Let's go in and actually check the pattern. Because I'm sitting right here, so I may as well. I'm going to turn this because it is a pay for pattern. You can still see it, but not that bad. Okay. And I'm only going down 2 zipper tabs. Okay, so the zipper tabs need to be 1.5 by 1.5. 2 lining, 2 exterior, and 2 interfacing. See, okay. 2 exterior, 2 lining, 2 interfacing. 2 exterior, 2 lining, 2 interfacing. Do I need, I better not need zipper tabs for the Heidi's. Also, please go up. What the heck? Scroll up. There we go. Okay. Zipper pulls. Optional. Wristlet strap. Optional. Okay, so the Heidi's don't have... Oh, no, they don't. Okay, good. Okay, but the Sheena does. 1.5 by 1.5. Okay. Zipper tabs, 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 zipper tabs. So that's what this is useful for then. Is this right here. Cat, you are being a pest. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, and then that's the interior in a moment. But I'm going to first cut the... I might first cut the... Oh my goodness, where did that ruler go that I was using? Where's my square ruler? I actually really need that because we're going to need it for... There it is. We're going to need it for... things and things and things. What are the other things that we're doing right now? The pockets, the card pockets, slot pockets for the for those things, the wallets. Oh, sweet. Okay, actually, if I scoot this over just a tick, I can just do a square like this. So that is going to be, I'm going to do 3 by 3 basically, and then we'll do 3 by 3, and then we'll trim it down. 3 by 3. Anyway, I guess now I'm going to go into the full foray of actually sewing kids' clothes. I did do some at Christmas that were super cute. But now I'll need to find like a skirt pattern or something like that, I guess, and some short patterns. I could draft it from the shorts that hopefully they fit as well. But I'm like, that's not something that super catches my interest, so I just need to find some patterns now. And if I find them in the right sizing, then we can just like use it for a really long time. Most kids' patterns seem, especially like indie patterns for kids, seem to go up to like size 14 or something like that. So now, will they wear the same style of thing for 14 years? Probably not, but at least for the next few years they'll be okay with hopefully wearing stuff made by mom. So all right, there are the zipper tabs for the first Sheena. Yay. Actually, and that would be an okay color to do for the teal as well. We also are going to need connectors for the teal. So next thing is the interior here. Stay out of that box. Stream viewers as well, stay out of the box. I was talking to Flynn. Well, that is applicable to everyone, I guess. All right. Now, this is behaving itself better. So we will do this here. And then, actually, what? This is actually larger. Okay. I think this should be, okay, yeah, we're going to cut this down the middle just because it's going to be easier to cut all around for these two pieces. And then I think actually I can probably get the connector out of the swoop cut from this actually. So let's see if we can do that in a moment. We're going to fold this over exterior, wrong side to wrong side. All right, I know I keep saying that I'm daydreaming about Japan, but right now I'm really daydreaming about Japan because I'm thinking about walking up the hill to Kansai Gaidai. Oh my goodness, yeah, that would be really good. Oh, even if I don't go in November, like I really want to take you guys along to actually do that. And so that will probably be one of the live streams I would end up actually doing. Okay, so this is truncated. So now, but is it truncated enough that I'm going to worry about it? No, we can't really worry about it because I did make it basically matches the exterior. So we're just going to go with it. I know that this is a bag where it's like super tight. And we'll just, as long as the zipper actually installs correctly, we're good. Oh, okay, good. Phew. I was like, I'm not running out of time, am I? I am running out of time, but I'm not backed up right on 5. Hopefully Dallas will yell at me if I'm like still. But he's upstairs playing video games, so it's very likely that he's also time blind right now. So I'm gonna set an alarm on my watch while I'm thinking about it, and then if nothing else, I will be departing at the right time here. Okay, alarms. Pretty sure that's how I've done it in the past, right? I'll set an alarm for 4:55 because then that'll give me time to like wrap up, finish typically whatever I'm doing, and then have enough time to head out as well. Because I don't have to head out for about 15 minutes after that. So it gives me that wrap up time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is that large enough for connectors? It is not. That is good to know. Okay. Sweet. All right. Going to trim off that interfacing because we don't need that interfacing in the bag itself. Except it is not centered, so let's recenter that, and then we're going to throw the shears down on it because that's acting as the pattern weight right now, I guess. Could I have grabbed my pattern weights? Yes. Did I? No. Am I? Not now. Just use the shears. As long as I remember to use them. That's the thing. Remembering to use the tools most of the time. But that is good for a... You know what? We're just going to cut that straight across. Done. And we'll deal with that after. And then I'm going to just lay this out on this one, and we're just going to cut all the way around it. Shimmy it right flat here. Lay it out like that. Yeah, so I think I'm going to approach this trip of like, typically I try to make sure that everything fits in my bag, which also limits, like, it helps keep me in some sort of budget. Not overbuying, but I think because of the kimono and obi, we're just going to go into it with the mindset of like, let's just buy what I see that attracts me. Cat. I know, I love you too. But you are being such a pest today. Anyway, let's have a chat with you then. I'm gonna go in and buy whatever I want basically, and then we'll deal with the weight issue afterwards. If I have to ship stuff, I have to ship stuff. November will be a little bit of a stock up for cotton and cotton linen blends. Nothing insane though, because that won't be like the focus of this trip. I think I've said this before, but you know what? If there's new viewers, they haven't heard it yet. And if you're old viewers, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I know I just keep talking in circles about it. But yeah, seeing the price of it, at least this was 2 years ago, so I'll do a little bit more research on it because I'm pretty sure I can price out packages via the Japan Post website. The main thing would be if it like works out to be comparable or cheaper than the overweight bag. But I have a feeling I'll end up doing the 3 bags anyway because I do like there has been fabrics come out in the last year that's like, okay, I hope that is available when I go. Actually, there's been fabrics that Nomoya Taylor just did a I should just start sharing the ones where I'm like, oh, yes. But I don't think they post them to Instagram as much as they post them to Facebook. I don't know if I can share on Facebook. Anyway, if I can, I will. What's a piece of cardboard? Okay. Flynn's back there like, because they had like one with tuxedo cats that just came out that had, it's basically the tuxedo cats in a fan that was super cool. So I'm like, let's see. I guess we'll see. Fingers crossed. If things continue the way they continue, then I will be going in November. All right. Exterior, interior, connector, zip tabs. Is that everything? I think that's everything, right? I'm asking like you should know. Oh, slip pocket. And the slip pocket for this one is going to be this fabric. Now, I don't think that's what this fabric was intended for. The pink is definitely intended for the other one. But I've got extra fabric here and I don't understand why. Is that surprising? No. Okay, I do know that this will not fit. This will fit this way. So I'm doing this one that I definitely want the... Oh, I see what I can do. I think. Okay. I don't know what the hell I have the gray here for, but whatever. And then that is another interior cut. What were you intended? Like, apparently I didn't actually need... I know I went back and redid these pieces because I was like, I'm going to need extra lining for something. And now it's like, what the hell was this extra lining for? Because okay, so those are the interior cuts for the teal Sheena, because they're teal. And that one's very long. Oh, maybe that's for the... Okay, there's the gusset. So is that the gusset cut? Oh, yeah, okay, that must be the gusset cut then. Because I don't have any other cuts of that size for the gusset. Okay. Okay, so this will be the gusset, I think. I'm pretty sure if you lay it out, now that we've got this one cut out, I can lay it out and we're good. So we lay it out like that, and here, yeah, okay, cool. And then here, and here, yeah. Oh, that works out really well, actually. Sweet. Okay, so there's the gussets. Okay, and then there's the exterior. So there's two exterior cuts here. Okay, and then the blue. Okay, so the mirror one needed a... And I know these were generous because I fussy cut them. Okay, so there's the gusset. I'm just going to leave that like that because that is going to make it easier to cut them when I get to it. Since we're working with that, it can just go back there. Okay. And then, is this actually the interior, or is it just a random cut that is now interfaced? Or was this intended to be the actual, like... Yeah, it was intended to probably be a lining for a Heidi. Okay, well... It is not currently the lining for a Heidi, or for a Sheena or a Heidi, so it can just go away. Exterior cuts then. What else do we have here? We have, so then this will probably end up being the slip pocket then for this teal thing because it's going to look good. Where is the slip pocket template? Or we can do the pink because I know that the pink was one, so I was like, it's also very thick. If I don't need to use it, I won't. Let's say that that's just going to be set aside. Okay. Because, yeah, this is... Oh, well, that would have been an easy one to make a Sheena out of. Excellent. That's a good pocket, though. Okay. So there's the pocket. have the exteriors down here. And then I think the interiors then were intended to be the gray because it's a nice neutral gray. It's kind of got a greenish undertone if I have enough of it too. No, I don't. What is going on? And it would make a really nice undertone or cut though. Okay, so I must have intended these speckles to be, I know for sure. Okay, so there's the pocket for the blue, for the mirror flower. So we can put that over here until I find that piece. This feels like it was also intended to be another lining for a Heidi, so I guess we're prepped for Heidis in the future. Awesome, I'll take it. There is the slip pocket template. Okay, and then this was probably one of the pieces for the lining because I do know that I was like, I don't want too much speckle on the lining because it's special. So will this actually work? That'll work. And so, nope, we don't even need to use the speckle. We can use both of those because I think this is too small to do. Yeah, it's like too large and too small to do 2 cuts of the lining. So we're very well prepped for more bags or something. I don't even know anymore. Okay, because then what happens with this, because I think if I open this up we can get the majority of the interior from this without going into the, come on. Yes, I can get the majority of an interior from here without cutting into the speckles too bad. So we're just going to actually swoop the speckles out of here. And by swooping, we're just going to do a rough cut is what I mean. And then I will do the finessing afterwards, like this. We'll make sure that's out of the way because now that we've fussed over making sure all those cuts are good, we want them to stay good. I have not often cut, like accidentally cut cuts that were not intended to be cut at the time, but it has occurred on occasion. And when it does, it's super annoying. Okay. Wait. That means that the gusset would be teal. And the sides of it would be, I don't want that. I don't want a two-tone lining. That would look dumb. Okay. So in other words, back to square one. Okay, so there's 2 pieces that can be used for interiors that do not have speckling. And here is 2 pieces that do have speckling, but can be used for the gusset. Actually, do you have? Yeah. Okay. Because there's very little speckling on this one, and then there's no speckling on this one. And as long as this piece is long enough for the gusset, we're good. I think it looks like it probably is. Thank goodness. Look at that. Yep. Now, could I actually do anything with that speckling? Otherwise, no. So do you know what we're going to do? We are going to lean into it, and that will be the base of the interior of the teal bags. At least on the one side, and then the other one will not be. So I only need 2 of these. And then I need 2 of them from the exterior because the exterior needs to be teal to match the bag. Oh my god. Okay. So actually I don't need this piece then. I only need the one that doesn't have speckling. Okay, we'll get it figured out eventually. We'll get there eventually, I guess. It's a good thing I have an alarm set to tell me when to get off the stream. Because I don't think I would keep track of it today. And I have not done it yet, but I've definitely done it a couple times where it's like, oh, I gotta go. Right? Like, it's almost time to pick up the kids. Okay, that is still better to like do this. So cut across the base here. And like I said, a lot of this wasn't necessarily the taking it upstairs and working it upstairs, but it was actually coming downstairs and dropping the box they were in. Oh, no, they weren't even in a box. That was the problem, is I carried them. I used this as a platform to carry them, and that was my mistake. I should have known better. Should have known I was going to drop them as soon as I hit those stairs. But, yeah. And it was just like they all fell, and I was just like, all right. And then, because I still had the mat, obviously, everything just slid off the mat. Just whoop. I was like, fine. And let the mat slide down the stairs, too, because it wasn't going to damage the mat or the fabrics. So I was like, ugh. I'll just pick you all up as I go down now. Cat problems. Annoying, but inconsequential. I finally figured out that was the best description for it, is it's like annoying, but really no bearing on anything else. So just, because Dallas is like, what are cat problems again? And I'm like, something that really is like just annoying and there is no solution for, really, and it's inconsequential to the grand scheme of everything and anything. The cat getting dry food instead of wet food. Oh my goodness, stop sliding around. Okay, this does need to like chill out. I just want to trim off your end. Chill. Done. Behave yourself. Okay. One interior piece for the teal. I'll get there eventually. Let's put the water on it too. My water bottle is not going to leak in the next couple minutes. Look at it just like explode in my face or something like that. Would be my luck today. Okay, there we go. One side. As much as I'm like, I don't want to take any time off, I think taking a week off to just chill and do some house projects is going to be the best thing. I'll be able to plant my flowers. Okay, that's what I'll do that week. That'll be something. Okay. Then I have to remember to water my flowers. That's usually what happens. My mother-in-law is really awesome, and she'll get me like a gorgeous pot of flowers that's like the Mother's Day gift usually. And every year so far, I have successfully just burnt it to a crisp throughout the summer. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I love them, but like outdoor critters apparently are a little bit too much for me to care for right now. So the even doing the deck boxes for me this year is like wishful thinking. I don't know if they're going to work for me or not, but you know what? If I don't try, I don't know. You're welcome to ask if I've watered my flowers or not, and I will. If I haven't, I will go up with a scuttle and do it. And so hopefully having that thread over my head of like, they're going to call you out if you don't do it, will help me actually do it. Feel free to do it. Again, would it be like dire consequences? No, it would be some fried flowers, and I'd be very annoyed with myself if I did it. Again. And I was totally going to be like ahead of the game and like start some sweet peas and everything like that. And I'm just like, nope, we're just going to free seed it. I did find my potting soil when we were doing a little bit of work in the backyard yesterday, though, so that was pretty awesome. It's like, oh, cool. I will only need a little bit of potting soil, not a bunch of potting soil. Do I even have planters yet? No. It's just that kind of year. Will I get planters? Nah, who knows. Maybe I'll do that. I should wait until the May long weekend sales and just do it on May long weekend, because realistically, am I planting before Victoria Day? No, because we're still like, as much as it's nice right now, we're still under threat of frost. So I'm like, even Victoria Day weekend is realistically too early. And I am not a person who's going to lift her pots in and out of the house. Like, just, I have a hard enough time watering them. And if I lift them into the house, the cats will just eat all the little plants. So, yeah. I also do not want to go get gardening supplies this weekend because it is Mother's Day, and A, I wouldn't use them right away, and B, it's just going to be hellish going to the gardening center on Mother's Day weekend. There we go. Okay. Exteriors and interiors cut for the teal Sheena. Okay, I'm going to pull the pocket fabric for that one. We are done with the gussets for the hobo bag. Flynn's mad at me. He's sleeping by the door now. He's like, "You didn't let me sit on the table, Mom." I'm going to sit over here and look malcontent. Pity me. Alright, there is the gussets. This leaves me a ton of fabric. Actually, I think we can make the connectors from the connectors and the zipper tabs will likely be able to come from the exterior fabric. So let's cut the exterior fabric next. That's the slip pocket. This is not the slip pocket. This is the interior. And this is the interior. Okay. We'll cut those after the exteriors because I think this one actually has the exterior fit a little bit better. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know anymore. Who even knows anymore? I am totally making up whether it's going to fit here or not. And actually it does fit very well. Okay, that fits far better than it has on any other piece we've cut so far. Of course. Okay. Actually, to the point where I'm going, no, because I want that as much of that flower as I can get. So I can go up to this point. And then that gets the majority of that flower. It gets all the bottom and it gets the majority of the top. Okay. How am I doing this? I'm taking the other exterior that I've already cut. No, I am not. We're going to cut the interiors. Yep, that's what we're going to do. And then I'll take the interiors, lay them out on the exterior, and we'll cut down the exterior. That's what we're going to do. Sometimes I think this through, and sometimes it actually is a good way to do it. Sometimes it is not. A lot of the time it is not. Technically, this bag is actually supposed to be stitched in the middle, but I'm not cutting into those motifs and then just stitching them back up. That will damage the weave a lot more than what I'm already doing, in the fact that it leaves it loose and blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is the sound it makes. And I will stand by that. But the other part of this is that, I don't want to cut the motif up because then you lose the motif. So I have done this in the past with Obi that had a large motif, and it turned out really nicely. And you just, basically, I take out the seam allowance right here. So on the fold instead of not on the fold, because you're supposed to cut the lining not on the fold because you don't add a seam on the fold on the interior. So do you guys care? Probably not. Am I still going to monologue about it? 100%. Basically, if you're going to go sew this, you will end up with a pattern that wants you to sew it in the middle. If you're watching me and being like, "Katie, that's not how you assemble that pattern," it is not. It still ends up the same size, and that's what matters. But I do take the fold out from I don't sew up the middle. It's just a waste of fabric. I really need to change this blade. It is not happy. You're like, look at that. What the heck? Come on, rotary blade. You're almost done. We're almost done cutting for this round. Come on. I should actually change it because I am more likely to cut myself if it's not sharp. Because you apply more downward pressure. I bet you if I hold it fist grasp, I'll get a better cut though. Yep. This definitely needs... Okay, if this is popular enough, I am getting the acrylic template for this. I definitely want to get the acrylic template for the NCW because that will be... Oh my goodness, that is where a lot of that is from, maybe? No, I already set aside the card pockets and everything, so what the heck? Why do I have so much excess fabric? Like, it's nice. It's prepped so I can use it later, but why do I have so much? I know I went back and then cut stuff because I was like, oh no, this needs fabric. But, like, what? Oh, no. There we go. Okay. Why? Just why? Okay. Even though I just complained about the rotary cutter, we're still going to use it here. Could I get my little one too? Yes, 100%. Am I going to? No, because I don't feel like standing up right now. And it's still mostly working. It's just not as sharp as it could or should be. I don't know why it's suddenly dulled out here though, instead of like, I don't know, maybe I dulled it out on the other mat and I'm only noticing it here. That's probably what's happened. Because like I said, this is a self-healing mat, so it should technically be easier on my blade. Maybe the Obi and Kimono have just been rough on it. Who knows? They are some of the cheapest blades I could get off Amazon too, because you do end up going through so many anyway. There we go. Alright, one more turn. Turn. My water bottle is a very effective pattern weight. I will say that. Okay, and then we did discover that the connectors can't be cut out of that smaller one. I wonder if they can be cut out of this one. Because there wasn't enough fabric left over from the gusset. But I wonder if the connector back could be cut out of these middle pieces here. Especially this one, actually. Where did that piece go? Hello? Hello, connector piece. You still need to be cut. Alright, you're not here. Nope, that's leftover kimono. Good thing I've got some right here. Okay, zipper tabs could definitely be cut out of this, and that would be good. Yes, I can cut all... Okay, I'll cut the interior connector pieces out of this, and then the zipper tabs out of this as well. The only problem is that there is a line. So the connector pieces can come out of this at least. Okay, so there's the interior. So those will be the interior connector pieces. And then this is going to become the cut piece for the... I'm going to clip those back together so I don't lose them, hopefully. If I'm like, where are my pieces for this? They're like on top of the ruler. And if I remove the ruler, they're on top of where the ruler was. Because, like, any of us is going to keep track of that. Okay. Let's see. Scoot. I want that flower. We want the flower. And then it needs to be centered on that one. And then it looks like that is actually a very good line to be on right there. And I am happy with that. Happy enough. Now I could actually go in. Let's go in for this one with... Oh, I should have done that on the back. Because it does the... Oh no, never mind. The area market does actually show up very well on this one. Okay. I didn't know if it would mark the silk or not, or mark it well, or the embroidery / weaving. I can't tell if this one is woven or embroidered. I think it's woven. Like the detailing, it's woven. I don't know why I'm saying I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be too slippery, but no, this is working quite well. Never mind. Doubts erased. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Turn it, and we're going to start over here. There's totally not interfacing here, so we're going to take it back and interface it later. I was not expecting that. I thought there was interfacing there. Apparently not. Okay, Katie. Oh well, I gotta still go back and put stuff under the steam press. We're good. Alright, let's see. Traitor. I guess you're going into the keychains more than anything. This side is also not there. Okay. Cut down and around. This is so much easier with the shears, because of course it would be, because it's curves. Trim, trim, trim. I'm like, man, I haven't gotten much done, but I have been working for how long? And I've actually gotten quite a bit done. So what do we have left? We need to, after this, I think what time is it? 4:45. Ooh, okay. And my alarm is going to go off in like 8 minutes. So I think we'll get the exterior for this cut for sure. And then we will get the zipper tabs and connectors figured out at least. And then that'll leave the slip pockets for these Sheena and the spectacular. Though, like, look at that. That's going to be so good. Oh, my phone. Come on, phone. Yeah. At least that's showing it better. But anyway. Spectacular. Words and things and magic will happen eventually. I don't know. Something will happen. Sweet. I'm just going to line it up there, and then we're going to scoot. And then that's going to end up with that almost dead center, which is perfect. And then I don't have to put interfacing on this one. just the other side. And then it looks like a connector will come out of this corner cut here. Super easy. And then another one can come out of that corner cut there. And maybe we'll be able to get the interior ones from this one too. Who knows? We'll find out. Woo. I don't know why I'm like spider walking across it, but it worked. So we'll go with what works. Okay, so I think we'll do exteriors with the exterior connectors will be this fabric, it looks like, and interior connectors will be the blue fabric, because it looks like that is a perfect fit right there and a perfect fit right. Nope. Oh, not on this side. What the heck? Can I fit it up here? No. Oh no. Okay, so maybe both connectors will actually be, I don't want both connectors to be the interior. Can I make it work? Can I eke them? Oh, I can. Okay. Oh goodness, folks. Let's see. Let's draw the connector. So this will be the one that's like facing out, and then the blue will be the one that's like facing in towards the zipper. So that I'll cut the zipper tabs out of the blue fabric as well, because then they'll match and it'll be less obvious where they connect. I think that'll look classy. I hope. This is going to be a fairly loud bag as it is, so it's not like I'm like going like super classy, but that's okay. Okay. So let's get those cut. And then we'll cut the exterior, and then if we have time, I will go in and I will cut, actually, so I'm going to cut into the curve here. And then if I have time, I'll go in and I'll cut the interior connectors as well. Like I said, I'm cutting it close for timing, but that's okay. I always cut it close for timing because they can be there until 5:30, so there's absolutely 0 point for me to really be there before 5:30. Although there might be construction traffic. They're doing a lot of interchange upgrades for Cochrane. It is amazing, but right now they're hauling truck across, and that is delaying things because basically it's stopping traffic fairly enough so that they can go across the highway. So yesterday, I'm used to like a 10 to 15 minute commute right now, tops, to get anywhere in Cochrane. And yesterday it took me about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm like, oh boy, this is... It used to be 45 minutes to an hour to get up to that light if it was backed up like it was. So it was still a lot faster, but it was like double the amount of time I'm used to spending now. Which is like, holy crap, I do not miss these days. Okay, we're going to do half the zipper tabs out of that, actually, because that is too good to pass up. And half the zipper tabs out of the other one. We'll finish cutting the exterior here. And then I will go in and do the zipper tabs, and then I will go. Because actually, no, it's not too bad down there. At least it's not backed up to the lights that I can see from my window here. So that's good too. We'll take it. I'll take that as a win. And not an indication that I need to worry too much. Oh, this is going to get like 2 of those flowers. Sweet. Okay, I am happy with how this turned out then. I know that I planned it this way, but sometimes it's nice to know, to see it happening in action, basically. Okay, trim down this way. This obi does have, because of the woven, it does actually have some extra body too, which is super nice. Okay, so the top of that other one needs a little bit extra interfacing. That's easy enough to do. Annoying, but easy. Yeah, so that actually turned out really nice too. So basically focused in on that, one, and then the 2 side ones ended up also being there, which is super cool. So that'll reflect the other side. Okay. 2 of the connectors are done. We need zipper tabs, and we need 2 more connectors for the interior. And just to make, well, yeah, let's just make sure that I can't actually eke it out of, oh, okay, I can maybe eke out 1 more. Can I get a 4th one? Do I have enough fabric from something else? I don't think I do, because I don't even have extra fabric from the, Heidi. So let's just, oh, it's so close, but so far right there. It's like, I would need to mess around with the seam allowance too much to do it from that one. Okay. All right. So those are just going to be scraps for keychains now. We'll cut 2 out of here, and then we'll put together that package again. So I'm not like, where's everything that I need? Ah, freaking out. I should just, what am I doing? Come on. Trim that up so it's actually straight, Katie. And then marker it out. Okay. And then we'll just have slip pockets to do for the Sheena. Yay! And actually, if I do this fast enough, we'll do the slip pockets right for now. And then all that will be left completely is to actually do the card pockets for the NCWs. No, you're going to see the connectors. Okay, so I'm going to need to take these in and repress them. What do I have? No, because I don't have any. Actually, the good one for this would be the speckle. I just realized that. So we'll do some speckle cuts from that. Because, yeah, you're going to see the crease in the actual obi there, and that, or the kimono, and that would be not professional. We will do the zipper tabs from the exterior fabric though. Okay, my watch is like, hey, get going. You just talked about going. You should go. Go. I'm gonna cut the zipper tabs. Let me cut my zipper tabs. Shh. Okay, so it needs to be 1.5 by 1.5. So we're going to do, that is the straight edge here. Then we're going to go do, and do, and do, and do. Actually, we can go here, and we can go, if I scoot it this way, then I can go all the way down. Okay, scoot, like that. And then that'll be the line, like this, and scoot, like that. And then a little bit off, but that's okay. Okay, so those are the 2 exterior zipper tabs. Two exterior zipper tabs, and then we need 2 interior zipper tabs, and those actually could come from the, even though there's the crease there, then I can cut those out of the non-crease side here. Zipper tabs, zipper tabs. Okay, so I need 2 more connector pieces. 2 more connector pieces. 2 more connector pieces, and I need the slip pockets. And then the NCWs need all their interior bits and bobs. Okay, there we go. And then those just get cut in half for the zipper tabs with the Sheena. I do actually have some Sheena still cut out from when I was originally producing the Sheena, so we are going to probably do an experiment with them just to make sure that I can sew them, because I haven't sewn them in a few years, like 6 years. So yeah, that's gonna, I've got some cotton and cotton linen blends, so I'll go in and probably make sure that I've got all the pieces for that. Go in and try it before I do this with the obi, because that just makes sense. At least I think it does. That if I'm going to mess up, I'm going to mess up on like a cheaper or a more accessible fabric. There we go. Versus like having to go to the whole extent of going to the temple markets and everything like that to get the fabric. Yes, there's secondhand stores in Japan, so I could definitely get them there, but you know, it's not this. It's the whole experience, the whole package. These are this is totally what's going to be the connector pieces. Look at that. One here and one there. Okay, so that'll be the first thing we cut out when I get back. I think I'm going to be back online tonight. I'll post to Instagram before I do with the link and everything like that. That is always the easiest time to find out, or easiest way to find out how I'm online. If you subscribe to me and hit that bell icon, it will tell you when I come on live as well, and kind of give you like, if I'm organized enough with a time to come online, it'll give you the time that I'm coming online. I will be on tomorrow afternoon as well, and I will figure out a time that I'll schedule that with Dallas a little bit later on. Anyway, I'll chat with you in a few hours after dinner, and we'll continue working on all of this, and it looks like we're trending towards being able to actually get these started sewing tonight as well, or at least the previously cut Sheena. We'll double check that everything is cut correctly, because I think that is one of the issues I had when I was originally making them. And also they are going to probably need some canvas bottoms, because I'm not going to make them with the vinyl. So there's a couple things to swap. Yep, I'm coming up.